There we go. Let's try this again. I tried to record something, but like I had 7 minutes of data left of storage, and I couldn't get it done. So I cleared up some space. So here we go. I got 47 minutes. No, I'm not gonna be here that long. Just kind of wanted to check in. It's been a minute. God walk. You already know. There you go. God walk. January 25th. Cool, crisp, cold Monday morning as January is wrapping up in 2021. Oh man, we didn't have some things happening, but it had some things. But it's all good. God is in control. I'm trying to get back to my routine, man. I used to have. I'm trying to up my productivity. Just trying to be more intentional. I've been spending a lot of time in my head, as I do, but I want to get more done, with my hands and and projects and things. I got stories I'm telling and they've been on hold for a minute. I need to go on and tell them, and so I can get the other stuff because I got stuff pouring in all the time. So, but anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. Oh man, I've seen some cool stuff. I saw that. I saw The Mandalorian, which I think I talked about before. So I finished that up. Whoa. Second season was good. Was really good. I don't know. It seems like it slowed down a little bit or something, which is fine. That's kind of the best thing about it is that you're able to be in the Star Wars universe and then the old school one, the one from the 80s, or that aesthetic, that time frame. And you're able to tell these small stories. It don't have to be big and bombastic, so you get a whole different angle. So it's cool. And the ending of season 2 was wow. All that good stuff. I'll maybe break that down later. Saw One Night in Miami on Amazon. Regina King directing. That's the one with the it's historically some truth, but it's also like a fictionalized historical account when the night Cassius Clay won the championship against Sonny Liston. Him, Malcolm X, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke. Wow. There better be some Oscars coming out from that thing. At least some nominations, because that thing was killer. Started off a little slow. They had to set the table. But once that meal hit the table, that thing was fire, boy. That thing was fire. Malcolm X brought that heat. I'm going to break that thing down, too. And then finally, what I've really been waiting on, what I knew was going to be rocking, but I just didn't know how much, was that doggone WandaVision. Ooh, they throwing smoke on that show, boy. They throwing that real heat, for real. So, Wanda and Vision from the Avengers movie is tripped out, man. It's like this retelling, or this they basically take a decade of television. Each episode is like a sitcom, so it's like TV is almost an entity in this show, and they wear it on their sleeve, which is awesome because like each episode is broken down by decades. So the first one starts off supposed to be like the early, late 50s, early 60s, golden era, whatever, like a Dick Van Dyke kind of show, So of course, you have Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, so you have Wanda and Vision. So they're playing off each other. They got their powers. So it got the music, the visuals, everything, the styling. But they throw the thing about this show, and I want to actually sit down and break it down more. So I'm trying not to get too in depth and get lost in thought. But the thing I love about the show is that it's juggling multiple belief modalities. And it's doing that through the style. So you're looking at this show that is got all the tropes of those early 60s shows, and then it later moves on. It goes into the 70s, and it's going to keep going, of course. So you have all the stylings and tropes, but now we have, we have a whole different modality now. I mean, the way we view women, the way they're portrayed, men, race, all that stuff, all the little, how it used to be back in the day, man. And so they play with those, because these two characters, one and Vision, who are outside of this time, they're like people out of time, basically, but they're trying to fit in. So they're playing with these mores and belief systems, or again, belief modalities, like the way things go. They're playing with them, through this postmodern lens. These are, they still have their powers and stuff like that. So, you got the bewitched thing going. So that's one level. But on the other level, again, it's that homage to TV. And you think about, just the power of television. We take it for granted. And that's the whole thing about it. It comes in with this sweet little 1950s quaint setting. But the TV is the freaking, it's the atom bomb of like shifting people's thoughts and consciousness. What used to be, the atom bomb. How much culture, speaking of one night in Miami, I was watching something about it, and it's like when, back in the day, people used to have, that was like one television in the neighborhood. So like all the people would gather around the person. My dad even told me when he was growing up, there was one person with a television. And you'd go over there, if something big, you'll watch it on there. So you have this almost village-like thing going on. And then, everybody gets one television. So that was the one TV. That's the era I grew up in, the the 80s, late 70s, whatever. You got the big floor models set. That was the one TV in the house. So the family gathered around that. And then as I got older, you get your TV in your room, and that's the video games and all that stuff. So you think about, you used to have this one machine that and of course there's radio and all that, but you had this one machine that's broadcasting this, there's the word, broadcast. You got this one thing that's broadcasting this one signal to all these people, and anything can be on television. Of course, that was what was allowed and what was not. But you have that for the neighborhood. Then each home has one. Then each home has two or three. So now you done divided that up. So you got three different, and like I said, we're the generation. We might not have had MTV playing on in the main TV, but in your room, you had MTV. You had your videos, whatever. So you have this, again, this bifurcation, or even this breaking up of this once unified thing. And the television was able to do that. But of course now, and I'll get a little into it, with the phones. And I even had this thought, even before I started watching this show, on one of these walks one morning, I was like, I was warm under there. The telephone is almost like the smartphone is like the last piece of technology that man ever really needed. It is the philosopher's stone to a degree. I mean, all the things that you can do with it. And we hand these things to 2-year-olds now. So what used to be one set in the home, 2-3 sets in the home, now every person in the home has this device, a private device, that I can look up anything I want. You tell me that ain't gonna have an influence? And so, to get back on the show, that's what the show, one of the meta narratives that's going on. And there's even they even put on a little magic show called, and they're, the old school, where it's the magician with the pretty lady who hide, put the lady in the box, she disappears and all that. They put on that little show. That was a cool episode too. And they're called Vision is Illusion and Wanda's Glamour. And it's like, that's the ball game right there. You can shift the whole culture with illusion and glamour. Culture has been shifted with illusion and glamour. Television magic. And it's these kind of things where it's like, yeah, you do Bewitched, and back in the day in the 60s, yeah, that's what they had, the little wire magic, the little wire things, the things moving, so primitive, to a degree. And now you have this show, and the technology's so good, Vision, he especially when they go in color, he has the full, how he looks with the red and all that. He looks so realistic. It's not back in the day, when things were pieced together, it's the look, the technology's gotten so slick and so illusion and glamour, you're starting to blur what's real. That's another major thing I'm going to show. What's real. So anyway, let me just leave it there for a minute so I can gather my thoughts about it. But let me just say the show is worth watching. There's a lot going on. They got 3 episodes out right now. They've been fascinating. They're already up to color. So they're in the late 60s, 70s. I'm waiting for the 80s. I hope they do like a Family Ties kind of, because that was kind of like peak television in the 80s, peak sitcom anyway. And that's the thing, sitcom, that's a special kind of brand, again, of a marathology. Sitcoms are definitely a part of a marathology, and they're playing with all the tropes and pieces in cool ways, and that's what I love about it. So I'll just leave it there. Sorry for rambling, as I do. Been a while since I've been on this thing, but I'm going to do something more concrete. Take a break for a while. I'm taking a media fast, input fast for like a week. Just chilling on YouTube videos, on watching stuff, everything. I'm just kind of detoxing a little bit. And then, right around February, I'll be back at it. And hopefully with the new routines and stuff I got going, I can actually start producing more stuff. Because it's definitely time. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. Stay blessed. Y'all take it easy.